Hello, Lucy. My name's Gary Meek, and I was a juror at Summerfest this year in Texas at Kerrville. And I have the honor and privilege of critiquing one of your images called Motherhood. And you've asked for a critique, and just a real short little introduction. The root word for critique is criticize, so that's what we're going to be doing. If all we say just really great stuff, it doesn't help you any at all. So we're going to try to give you some positive feedback and see what we can do to make this better. It did score 76. That is an above average image. So let's look at it and see what we've got here. First of all, let me tell you, when we look at an image, we being the jurors or the judges, we look at it with 12 things in mind, and those are called the 12 elements of a merit image. And they are impact, creativity, style, composition, image presentation, center of interest, lighting, subject matter, color balance, then technical excellence, technique, and storytelling. And you got some of these going for you here, but let me kind of tell you why this probably didn't go much higher and see what we can do to maybe make it a little bit better next time. Okay, uh, one of the things that you do have a nice presentation. I like that the little stroke line, now I make my stroke lines a little thinner than this, but that's a matter of preference also. It looks like it came from the gray that's in the table or whatever this figurine is setting on. Uh, I think that's very nice. I like that you didn't go stark white on the outside mat that you've got, so I think that's really good. I applaud you for trying to take a inanimate object and making something animate out of it, and I think it's really creative in your part. Um, the center of interest is right there, in that you have the mother or the lady, and but now why did it not score a little bit higher? A couple things. Number one, I'm not sure what this is made of. I don't know if it's made of ebony or brass or bronze or what, but it's a dark figurine, or at least that's the way it's portrayed to us. And I would tell you, let's look at this like it was an animate object, like it was a female standing there. Okay? One thing, the figurine could have been turned a little bit more so that the shoulders are not square to the camera. You could have had a little bit more uh, dynamic lighting on it, and you do have a nice contrast in your lighting, and I will say that. But the thing about it is just um, mm, not stagnant, but doesn't have any flow or movement to it the way you have the figurine posed. And it's hard to pose a good figurine like this. I do like the lighting on the face, but I think if you'd have turned the figurine away from, well, toward the right image of the, just a little bit to give the shoulders a little more flow, and then the face would have been a little bit more toward the camera, and then you could have lit the body and the face more adequately. So I think the lighting and just the subject matter is a really something that the judges are like, okay, let me try to understand why we're photographing a figurine. You've done a good job photographing this. Another thing is it's really, really big, right in the just right dead center of the image, and I think maybe a little smaller to give it a little bit more space around it might have helped it just a little bit. Anyway, I'm not trying to be harsh on it, but I do want to tell you that if we say just all good stuff, that doesn't help you any at all, like I've already said. I like the storytelling, the motherhood. I don't see a child in here. I do see, I guess maybe she's an expectant mother, but the way it's lit, it's hard for me to tell much about the shape, form, and dimension of the figurine itself. So anyway, applaud you for taking a very, very difficult subject and making something nice out of it. And if you did this for yourself or did it for another person, it's a nice sellable piece. Thank you for entering, and Lucy, thank you for letting me critique motherhood.